you're going to need a new phone and a new SIM card with 4G data for every single account that you set up. So if you have 3 accounts, that means you're going to need 3 phones.
I have watched all the content of dating app marketing on YouTube, and every single video is complete dog shit or outdated to the current meta. I'm going to set you up with a complete guide to create your own Bumble marketing funnel. My Bumble method is my bread and butter of acquisition channels. I currently get around 50 to 100 subs per day. I'm going to first provide you with some information on the Bumble meta, and from there I'll show you a step-by-step guide on setting up your own marketing funnel. Bumble accounts are created with a trust score. When you first create a fresh account, you start off with the lowest trust score possible. Anti-detect browsers automatically have a lower trust score than physical phones, so this is why you'll hear people say they run into more bans with anti-detect browsers. In order to increase your trust score, you have to go through a warm-up process, basically showing Bumble you're a real user. You can do this by aging your account in combination with regular dating app user activity. The more aged your account and the more normal usage it has, the higher your trust score will be. Before you start your OnlyFans funnel, you would want to put your accounts through a warm-up process. Basically, the longer the better, but for my specific funnel, I do not require that high of a trust score, so I age my accounts just a couple of days. There are 2 types of ban on Bumble, and you're going to need this information for moving forward. The first type of ban is a shadow ban. Shadow bans are an automated detection of fraud on your account, and you're probably going to run into this a lot when you're first starting out. You will know if you're shadow banned if you get matches, but your match count does not increase. If you get shadow banned, it's because you did something that tripped automatic detection from Bumble. Normal bans are from users reporting your account, so when you receive a certain amount of reports, you will get banned. You will know if you get banned because it will sign you out and it will say your session has expired. If you have any type of funnel to your OnlyFans in the bio, including Instagram, Snap, this is inevitable because people who will get funneled to your OnlyFans will come back on Bumble and report you. The best advice for avoiding these bans is by reducing the amount of reports you get. And you can do that very easily by, as much as possible, try to seem like a real dating app profile. Now, a third type of occurrence that will happen during the process is moderation. Moderation just means you receive a certain amount of reports and then your account gets moderated, which usually means that they will delete your bio that has your OnlyFans funnel. Now, when this happens, you are not banned or shadow banned, and you can continue to swipe and actually re-add your bio in, but you have to be selective when you do it. Ideally, you want to get to the point where you're only getting banned from regular bans. Here is the step-by-step process to create Bumble accounts with this method. This method is entirely anti-detect browsers, so you can use Dolphin, Lollycat, Multi-Login, AdsPower. I'm using Dolphin. Dolphin is also free for a few amount of profiles, so for just starting out it will be completely free. You can download Dolphin here. When you download Dolphin, you're going to log into the account you created. First thing you're going to need to do is create a profile, and then you're going to want to add a proxy. Proxies are very important. You ideally want to use a proxy that is static and is not flagged. So the more low-key your proxy providers are, the more they will be not flagged. I'm not going to share with you the exact proxy I use, because if I did, then more people would use them and the proxies would be flagged, which wouldn't help you or me. So for this video, I'm just going to use PacketStream. I used PacketStream in the past. They're pretty shit, but it's also cheap. You're going to run into a lot of bans using this, and they're just slow as fuck. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to use PacketStream. I would do your research on proxies to find a good provider, test different proxies out, and come to the conclusion yourself of what to use. You're going to want to make sure the proxy is connected. So for here, we are connected, and then we create the profile. What you're going to want to do in terms of scaling is create multiple profiles with different proxies. That way you can have multiple Bumble accounts under different IP addresses. So when you first create your profile, you're going to want to go to Bumble. Now for the cell phone number, you're going to use an online phone number service. For this video, I'm going to use text verified. Sometimes text verified doesn't work. There are others. There are literally like an infinite amount of online phone verification services there are. So just do your research and find some. I know another one is SMS Man. But I mainly use text verified, even though it does sometimes have errors. Now you're going to be setting up your profile. Now for the photos, this part is actually very important. You're going to want to use normal dating app pictures that a girl would use. They can be a little promiscuous, or basically just be fucking normal. Like you can have a picture of her in a bikini at the beach, for example, but don't do some stupid shit. You're just going to get banned so much faster. I see so many fucking idiots say like, is this picture good for Bumble? And they have a picture of this girl in fucking laundry with her tongue out. Like, just use fucking common sense. Use pictures that a normal girl would use who is on Bumble. Again, you can have some flavor in there, but I'd recommend just using your head. Now we continue on. Set your filters, do a little bit more distance. And now what you're going to want to do is verify the account. You basically need to verify your account in order to get the amount of swiping you want to do. And in the current meta, it is necessary. There's no way to bypass verifying the account. There are two ways to verify an account, and the second method is not talked about at all. I don't know why people are so ignorant to it. But what most people do is have a virtual camera, meaning OBS or Manycam. This is a software that lets you use the webcam and select a portion on your screen. So what you would do is have your model take a video of the verification poses. Then you would use the virtual webcam to record that video of the verification poses and verify that way. This, in my opinion, is a lot more complicated because it requires more time setting up, and sometimes the videos you can't reuse them again, so you have to have your model like keep making these verification videos for you to use. It's also just a waste of time, in my opinion. So the second method, and this is what I do, is I just have the model verify. So what I would do is have the model download Dolphin on her laptop, give her the Dolphin login, and then she can go into Dolphin, open the profile, and verify it remotely. In order to do this, you have to have the model have access to a laptop with a webcam. Some laptops are not compatible, like it's just their webcam is just shit. I know MacBooks can do it. I have my model use a MacBook. She also has a gaming laptop, like a cheap gaming laptop that she also verifies the account. So it's really easy. I would just make a bunch of profiles and then give her my Dolphin login. She would log into the account and verify all the profiles and tell me they're verified. And that's it. It's basically hands off. I don't have to do the verifications. My VA doesn't have to do the verifications. That means I'm saving myself time and money. It's just the model taking a little time out of her day to verify a couple of accounts. It's really easy. I never see people talk about this. I don't know why. People just want to fucking make things more complicated than they really are. So that's how you verify. Okay, once you have verified the account, the next step is the warm-up process. What you're gonna want to do is do a couple swipes. I just do like fucking 1 or 2, and I close down the profile, and that's it for the day. I would do this for a couple days before starting my OnlyFans funnel. Now, the longer you do this for, the longer you do the warm-up process, the higher your trust score will be. So if you want to achieve the maximum trust score possible, you would have to do the warm-up process for anywhere from 2 weeks to a month. This is if you just want to, smack your Instagram in the bio and not get banned. Now for me, I do the warm-up process just a few days, 1 or 2 days, sometimes longer. It's more of a thing of testing it out for yourself and seeing how it goes. So what I would do is run some accounts, no warm up, run some accounts a couple days, and have some accounts warm up for weeks. Collect the data yourself and figure out what's going on, because the Bumble meta is always changing. I can't give you like a concrete answer on what to do for this process, because it's something that I have to collect data on myself daily. So again, do your own testing, but in general, the more warmed up your account is, the less shadow bans you will see. Okay, once you have gone through the warm-up process, it is time to create your OnlyFans funnel. There are 2 methods. The first method is Instagram or Snap in bio, which redirects to your OnlyFans page. The problem with this method is that you're subject to shadow bans, and moderation while swiping. In order to avoid shadow bans for having the Instagram in bio, you either have to go through a longer warm-up process or find a unique way to write Instagram in bio that doesn't trip automatic detection. Some people use special characters. For me, I have a specific way to do this that I won't be sharing, because if I did, it would just get patched right away and it wouldn't help anyone. I've had to go through multiple ways of writing the Instagram in bio, and eventually they all get patched, but you can find loopholes that will work for a while. The second method is to chat with the guy normally. He will then normally ask for a contact, which you can redirect him to Snap or Instagram. Once added on Snap or Instagram, unmatch him from Bumble and redirect to OnlyFans through your social media. You want to unmatch to avoid him reporting your Bumble profile. This method will have a higher conversion rate per match and see less reports, but it's harder to do at scale. I would recommend hiring insanely cheap chatters for this process if you have the means to do so. Once you have picked your funnel, it's time for swiping. Your options are swiping manually, using a swiper plugin. I think there's Swiperoo, there's a couple others, but these are often detected. Another option is hiring a virtual assistant to do manual swipes. So you'll hire a VA for like $2 an hour, and she'll log into the anti-detect browser and do the swiping for you. The last option is creating a script yourself. This is what I do. I'm not going to share with you my exact script or software, because if I did, it would just get patched right away. Just recently, I had to change my script because the script I was using was getting detected. Now, in terms of scripting, you can do anything from swiping to swiping and messaging. I use scripts for everything for this process: creating accounts, swiping and messaging. I'm basically automating this entire process. It's just for freeing up time. I only started doing this once I started getting at scale and I needed to run scripts myself. Now, the final thing to note is Bumble Boost. This is pretty important. I use Bumble Boost, And a little bit of tips for you. You cannot use the same card twice. If you do, you will get automatically banned. I buy boosts because I have a system that I know I get return on investment for the boosts I buy. So once you have figured out a system that works, I would recommend investing into boosts for your accounts. Do not do this right away because you will run into a lot of bans in the learning process and you don't want to be wasting money on boosts. In order to not reuse the same card, you're going to have to use a virtual card provider. I know privacy.com in the USA works. There's a couple others. It depends on your location, so I can't really help you out exactly there. And yeah, basically that's everything. So do the testing yourself. I gave you all the tools you need to get started. Remember, if you get shadow banned, it's because you did something that tripped automatic detection. It could be your proxy, pictures, bio, anything. Just do the testing yourself and find out what works. I wanted to talk about dating app psychology and reverse engineering to close this off. This is kind of something that most people neglect in creating their dating app method. What I would recommend you to do is sign up for Bumble as a guy and set your location in New York, Miami, and Los Angeles. This way you can start your reverse engineering process and find out what other OnlyFans funnels are doing. This is what I do. I do this about once a week to learn how other people are funneling people to OnlyFans. If you match with girls in these locations, you are bound to find OnlyFans profiles in the mix. So basically, you can copy the methods that they are doing. Some of them have chatters on the account. You can reverse engineer and kind of figure things out just by looking at it through a guy's lens. This is something that I don't see many people doing, and it's honestly pretty stupid because I've been able to gather a lot of information by doing this. I actually found out the current bio trick I use to avoid shadow bans and other previous tricks as well that I currently use in my own method. I also want you to kind of think about the psychology of a guy when he's using Bumble. These guys aren't on dating apps to find OnlyFans models to subscribe to. There are much better alternatives for them to do that. These guys are on these dating apps to connect with the girl and meet up with the girl. Now, the more your profile looks like a girl that he's not going to meet up with, the less likely he is to subscribe to the OnlyFans. I see so many guys make this mistake. They use photos of a girl who just seems so fucking fake. Like, if you're a guy and you scroll through these profiles in these major cities, you will see so many OnlyFans profiles that look fake. And by creating a profile that just looks like a regular OnlyFans girl, you are just subject to more bans and more guys will just straight up ignore you. For example, they'll take this super hot girl and have her use a bunch of photos that is on her OnlyFans feed and think that these guys are just going to subscribe to her OnlyFans because she's hot. Think about it from the perspective of Charlie, age 49, in Pompano Beach. Do you think that when matching with this girl, he thinks he has a chance of getting with her? No. So why would he subscribe to the OnlyFans profile? Again, these guys are not on dating apps to find OnlyFans models or even any porn-related content. They're on these apps to meet with the girl. So I want you to keep that in mind when choosing your model, along with how you optimize the profile, because this is a major key in your conversion rates. My conversion rates are fucking sky high. I've had days where I got 150 subs just from Bumble. Nowadays, it is getting harder. It's a constant fight. The reason why I don't give you an exact method, because to this date, my method changes every single week. The Bumble algorithm is always trying to fight these OnlyFans profiles, and you always have to stay ahead of the game. So if I shared you my current method, it would just be pointless, because probably by the time you're watching this, it wouldn't work. I'm giving you the tools to create your own Bumble method. This will always work. especially the chatting method. If you do this at a small scale, this will always work. Scale the accounts, get as much subscribers as you can. Take advantage of this while it lasts. Things will always get harder, so we have to act now if you want to profit off this. Always remember that you're the asshole here. Don't get mad about getting banned because you're the fucking little dork in your bedroom, creating dating app profiles for OnlyFans chicks. You're exploiting these apps, you're exploiting these guys, you're a fucking asshole. I know I'm an asshole, but I see most act like they're righteous in some sense, in that these guys are the losers for, reporting them, which is fucking stupid. Yeah, that's it. Fucking subscribe. This is so much fucking value I just gave you.